Hey, what's up guys, it's Nick too. Today we're joined by my cat who is sitting right here. Pretty quick video. Today we're going to be talking about the best way to get not only an absolute ton of resources. As you can see, my techno has quite a lot of resources, which you're going to need a lot of in order to be doing a lot of crafting, upgrading, etc. But also how to get the absolute best pieces of gear for your character, pretty much what I refer to as god rolls. As you can see on my techno, and this is the same for a lot of the other characters, you end up using almost all purples, if not all purples. For Techno, I use all purples pretty much, and the same thing on my Trickster. For the AP builds, you use like 3 legendary pieces and then 2 purples. So what I'm getting at is purples are really important. Getting the perfect purples, however, can take a lot of time, especially if you're doing expeditions. You do a full expedition, takes like 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, however long, and you only get a few of them, and then you go again. And that can be pretty tedious trying to get the perfect setup if you're doing expeditions and you very rarely are getting items. So with this farm, not only are you going to get just a ton of resources, but also you're going to get at least like 7 items every couple seconds, every like 20, 30 seconds or whatever, and you can very easily farm out a completely perfect build for your character if you just dedicate a little bit of time to it. The best thing about this build is not only, the best thing about this farm is that it's not only insanely easy, you can also do it on any single character. It doesn't matter what world tier you are, you could have literally no build at all, and it's perfectly good. And also the gear you get can work for every single character as long as you just place it in the stash, bring it over to your other character. It's very good, especially if you're trying to level up an alt. So let's say that I just made a new Pyromancer and it's only CT1. I could give some of this gear to that Pyromancer and try to make that Pyromancer perfect from CT1 and just upgrade that gear all the way to CT15. You don't have to grind that other character. But it's also perfect for mains. I've personally been using this to upgrade gear on both my Techno and my Trickster, and my Pyromancer I just got an upgrade on. So yeah, it's really good. Right before I get into it, the video is probably going to be pretty short, so YouTube algorithm hates it. So if you like the video, please make sure to drop a like. That helps me out a ton. And it turns out that like 80% of you guys aren't subbed. So hey, if you like the content, please make sure to drop a sub. All right, so this is pretty simple. This is going to be a world tier farm, or an open world farm rather. So pretty much all we're going to do is go talk to Channa here. You don't even have to necessarily be level 30 in order to do this. You could be level 25 or something, but obviously going to be faster for level 30. Then we're going to go over on the map, and we're going to go to the dunes, and we're going to do the active hunter quest, Horus. If you don't have the hunter quest, I think if you go to like Trench Town and talk to the guy that's on the pike, you should be able to get the hunter quest. Regardless, we're going to fast travel here. All right, now that we're here, we just need to actually go get to the quest place, so I'm just going to run and we'll speed that up. Once you run out of the cave for a few seconds and you hang a right, you'll see this on the ground. This will have an exclamation mark on it. Pick it up, and then we just keep running. All right, so pretty much all the way on the far left side, we're just going to enter the Horus area here. We're going to kill a few mobs, and then it'll prompt us to enter another area, and then the other areas where the farm actually starts. This part doesn't really matter all that much. You pretty much just kill a few mobs. I guess while we're here, I'll talk about world tier. So the world tier that you're on, it doesn't really matter all that much, because ultimately where we're going to get a lot of our god rolls is going to be from blues actually, and then we're going to upgrade those blues and then hope that they have, you know, like, we're going to look for blues that have perfect stats rather, and then we're going to upgrade those, and then we actually have some like deterministic factors in terms of being able to pick which mods that we want on them. That's why I prefer getting blues rather than purples from this. So you could place the world tier lower so that you could get more blue drops. However, if the world tier is higher, you're also going to be able to get a little bit more materials when you deconstruct the purples for titanium and stuff. That was an invisible mob. So if you're trying to get titanium and more resources, the higher the world tier, the higher the items are going to drop. But ultimately, we're going to end up upgrading our pieces anyway if we get like, you know, world tier 2 blues. So it doesn't really matter what world tier you do them on. If you have a good enough build, you can just one-shot everything like I did here. So now we're going to enter the Horus's Nest, and this is where the farm starts. So again, world tier doesn't really matter here. Going to enter here, and then pretty much there's these 2 behemoths. There's Horus, and then there's another behemoth. We're just going to beam him down, then beam down the other behemoth, and then they're going to drop plenty of items, and then we're going to let all these guys kill us. This is very reminiscent to the captive farm if you did that during the beta. Pretty much you just kill stuff and then let it kill you. Once it kills you, you just do it all over again, and that's pretty much the entire farm. As you can see, it's taking a second for me to die. That is because in my infinite wisdom, I forgot to take off defensive mods. So what I would recommend if you're doing this is to definitely make sure to take off emergency stance, because emergency stance is going to bug out, and then it's going to make it to where you take way less damage, right? So I'd highly recommend taking this off, and then taking off anything else like mitigation from death, etc., so that you don't have that extra survivability, so that those mobs are able to kill you quickly. So for me, example, I would just take off emergency stance right here. I'd put on, do I have another chest? Whatever. I'll put on this one because it has mitigation from death on it, whatever. And then I'll just put some random boots on. Can I even put on random boots? I'll just put on, I don't think it matters. I should be able to one-shot the boss anyway. So just take off your defensive mod so that the mobs are able to kill you quick enough, assuming you have enough damage, right? My build's pretty much perfect, so we can just kill these guys really quickly. And then once they're dead, pick up all their stuff, and then we just die again. And that's pretty much the entire farm. As you can see, it's incredibly easy and very fast. You kill these guys in just a few seconds, and then each time you get like 5 to 7 items. You can get legendaries from this, however, the drop rate for legendaries is insanely low, so if you're trying to get legendaries, just sit in expeditions the entire time. Ultimately, this is just better for getting a lot of blues and purples that you can then upgrade that's potentially perfect. So let me give you guys an example of what I would be looking for on this character. So right now, pretty much on a techno, you want every single piece of gear to have firepower, long range, close range damage. So if I wanted to get an upgrade, I would try to search for, like, you know, a helmet right here that had firepower, long range, close range, and then if it did, then I would be able to upgrade it, and then I'd be able to pick the mod on it, and hopefully I get a mod that I'm looking for. So pretty much I would just skim through here, but also I could look for a piece for my trickster. My trickster, I want close range damage, cooldown reduction, and bonus firepower. So I could maybe get one of those pieces while doing this. Ultimately, none of these are, you know, perfect for me yet, but if you do this for a little bit, a lot of them will be perfect. You pretty much just skim through here. This also works for weapons too. Oh, even so, here's a piece where I could use this on my trickster if I wanted any of those mods. That's probably why it's better to farm on whatever your main character is, because you get a lot of these purples that will maybe have good mods on them by default, but it also works for farming for an ult too, especially if it's a blue, because you can then just upgrade it on the other character and then put on whatever mod you want. And then also if you're looking for, you know, a really good purple gun, you could do the exact same thing, just wait until you find one that has really good mods, or you could even get blues, and then upgrade them and try to deterministically pick whatever mod you want. So that's pretty much it for the farm. And then as you can see, sorry for my loud mouse clicking, as you can see, after literally doing this for like less than a minute, we deconstruct all of this. 100 titanium, 1000 iron, and you get plenty of shards as well. Insanely good farm for literally everything. This is what I'd recommend if you're trying to get some perfect best in slot purples. If you're playing a Technomancer, this is ultimately what I would do. This, even for a Trickster, this is what I would do to try to get all of your gear perfectly set up. And also, if you're looking for cosmetic upgrades, hey, this is another option for that too. But again, you get an absolute ton of titanium. If I'm able to get 7 items in 20 seconds, you know, that's 21 items in a minute, and over, what, like 1,000 items an hour or something like that, and you just get just an absolute ton of titanium from being able to do this. It doesn't seem like a lot initially. You also, every time you kill them, you get more titanium, right? So let's just do another run. You guys can see exactly how long it takes. Kill him, boom, boom, boom. And then he drops one. Let's see how many items we got from this. We got some titanium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that time, not 7, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Hopefully they kill me in a second, and then you just deconstruct the items, and you're rich. You're rich on titanium. So just from one run, I was able to get 5 items, deconstruct all of these. How much titanium is this net me? Like 100 or something? Oh, only 28, but hey, do that a bunch of times. It's probably because I didn't get that many purples, actually. So yeah, world tier doesn't really matter. If you want more legendary chance, you could raise the world tier. If you want less purples and go for more blues, you could lower it. I don't really notice that much of a difference, but the enemies are going to be a higher level the higher the world tier, and if you don't have a high world tier, it really doesn't matter. This is still a good farm. So yeah, that's pretty much it. One quick tip: if you don't know how to get back to the camp quickly, you can literally just click return to lobby and then click a specific story mode option, and then just double click on the camp, and then when you load in, you'll just load in at the camp, so you don't have to, you know, run out of the hunt mission, fast travel to a camp, and then fast travel back using Chana. You can just log out and load back into the camp. Pretty easy. Enjoy the farm. Hopefully the video helped. If it did, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe for videos similar to this one, and I will see you guys later. Peace.